We are merry as fuck in the suburbs and the land down here. We are fuck in the suburbs and the land down here. We are merry as fuck in the suburbs and the land down here. We both work full time and also constantly running around to jiu-jitsu, baseball, basketball, and football activities for our boys. But we always make time for each other. We talk about life and our marriage, and how to make it work by staying positive and remembering to laugh through their worst, health issues, family problems, money struggles, and whatever other shit life throws us. So stay up. 1, 2. We are married as fuck in the suburbs and the land down here.
Hagadaga. Welcome back to
What was that?
Married AF with Randall and Brooke. We're back for episode 3, like we promised. This thing is a phenomenon. We are up to, I think, 150 or so downloads. So that's like 140 more than I expected. So I think we're a bona fide hit.
Not quite viral, I don't think.
No, and it's not on
Let me see.
iTunes yet. I think they require you have 3 episodes on your feed before they'll consider carrying you. So we're still in the process of that. Hopefully it comes to fruition.
152 downloads
Boom.
altogether between both episodes. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, do have a little bit of sad news. We did, we had told you we had a guest for tonight, and Jimbo is under the weather and unable to join us in studio or
In kitchen.
as we like to put it. But so we'll try to get him on again sometime when he's feeling better. So we're just gonna do our normal thing.
Get well soon, Jambalaya.
Yes, sir. So yeah, I've had a pretty rough couple of days, babe.
Yeah.
Things haven't been going my way exactly.
With home improvement type things, is that what you're referring to?
Yes. So Brooke's been dying for an over-the-range microwave
And
instead of a standard one.
well, yeah, we've had the one on our counter forever. We have almost zero counter space as it is. And so, for one, yeah, I was ready to just get the damn microwave off the counter. And 2, our microwave was possessed. Something had shorted out somewhere in it. So, every time you opened the door, it would cut on and start like rotating. So I'm sure we were microwaving our faces off.
Probably.
To some degree. So yes, I was very adamant, I guess, about getting an over-the-range microwave to free up space and get rid of the probably fire hazard of a microwave that we had. So we
I
got
wonder
one.
if they can hear John snoring.
Yeah, John's totally snoring behind us. Or not.
Now he's
okay.
awake. Go back to sleep, sir. Nope. Okay.
And now he's just going to tap dance. all
But
over.
so decided to go ahead and go get her one she had wanted. So I went to Lowe's, got a nice Samsung over the range, and had just kind of crossed my fingers and hoped there was an outlet above there in the cabinet for it. The way that you have to, when you install it, it requires one. So I get home with it, and no, there's no outlet.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had already looked up in the cabinet and knew there wasn't one in the cabinet.
I
was
had not.
Yeah, no, I knew that. I was just hoping that once you got the hood off, that there was going to be one, like, maybe kind of on the wall back there, like,
Yeah,
where
they
we
were-
couldn't see. But, I mean, nothing's going to be easy with this house. So, of course, it's just hardwired. And so
Yeah.
there's... that.
So I'll go ahead and decide to try to tackle that or get my head wrapped around it. And electrical is not my strong suit. So I got the hood removed, and it's got two connections going to it. So I'm going to turn those into an outlet in the cabinet. And so I know you got to cut the power off to the house, and we had done that while I was messing with it, so I didn't die.
Well, no, we had done what we thought was power or process of elimination, determining which breaker was for which area of the house. We had a few of them labeled,
and I had them separated like I wanted them, and then
Yeah.
we cut the power back on so we could figure out where everything was. And I started tinkering with it. I knew not to really touch anything. I was really just kind of trying to move stuff. And Brooke was back putting Gunner to bed, and I'd gotten shocked a little bit and didn't really even think that it was a shock because it was real mild. It almost felt like I had stuck my finger like on a sharp point of cable or something. So I didn't think anything about it. And then for some reason, I touched something and it just flat out electrocuted me. And it made me make the weirdest noise I've ever made in my life. It didn't really hurt, but it was very odd. And so I just made the weirdest grunt scream. And then my head, the top of my head tingled for about 5 minutes. So it was no big deal, but I thought it was interesting.
Well,
And then, so today, my string of bad luck with this...
well, no, but hang on. The funny thing is about the noise he made, I'm back there putting Gunner to sleep, and because it's not unusual for Randall to be out here talking to John and making random weird, like, noises. I heard something and it just didn't even occur to me to think it was odd. But then when he told me he had gotten electrocuted and made like a weird noise, I was like, oh, I did hear something. I thought it was just you doing weird sounds to John or making up a song.
No, it makes total sense. But yeah, so that was very fun and not near as bad as I expected pain-wise. So
we're going to call an electrician to come install an outlet is the moral of that story.
absolutely, and yes, don't touch hot wires. Definitely will electrocute you.
No shit.
And so just to double down on my tomfoolery with this stuff, today I decided to go ahead and put the big Goliath microwave on the counter in place of the crap one, just to start using it until it's installed, because at least we know it's not shorting out. And before jiu-jitsu today, I'm making Gunner like a little dinner before he goes to jiu-jitsu, and so I put his food in there and nuke it and think nothing of it. And Brooke gets home, looks in the microwave, and finds the bag of screws and bolts in a plastic baggie toward the back of the microwave that were in there while I microwaved Gunner's food.
Yeah, it's a good thing he only had to microwave this little meal for Gunner for 20 seconds, or for sure would have caught the house on fire or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
and it wasn't a small bag of, but we figured out why. It's because his line of sight looking down towards the microwave, it was in the back, so he wouldn't have even seen it unless he would have kind of like looked, like purposefully, like went to look and see if there was anything in there. And yeah, I was like, what the hell? You use this microwave with this bag of bolts in here.
And it's obviously such a good quality microwave because, everything I've ever seen, if you cook anything metal, it blows up immediately.
Yeah, it definitely, so they're in a plastic bag, and where the bag was touching the bottom of the microwave is melted, and there was black spots on the bottom and kind of the wall of, but it's just literally, if it would have been in there for any longer, it could have been catastrophic, I think. But, I mean,
Yeah, so I'm winning
yes.
quite a couple of days. And so I'm fired. I'm firing myself from this project effective immediately.
Yep, we're gonna call in a professional to install the outlet and the microwave in one fell swoop. Hopefully, I gotta work from home tomorrow, anyways, so I'm gonna call somebody that we've had come out before. But yeah, good times, babe. Good times.
Yeah, and so I was wanting to start off tonight and talked about Walking Dead. We'll continue to do that, but our other favorite show, ongoing show, is This Is Us that we watch together.
Yes.
So we kind of want to cover that and kind of recap what's going on with that show.
Well, that one, there wasn't anything too super exciting.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can
it
go
was,
all the way back to Jack dying and how traumatic that was.
Yeah,
That was 2 episodes ago.
Well, yeah, we waited a whole season and a half to find out how Jack died, and had kind of thought it was he died in a fire, and then when he made it out of the fire, we were like, what the heck, and then he dies of a heart attack. I mean, that episode, I was a hot mess, just like The Walking Dead with Carl, but
Yeah, I think worse. The Jack one's tough, but they've made him into such a good guy, and knowing that how they shoot that show, that he's not going to leave the show.
But it's not like he's gone. Yeah, I mean, that's what's great about it.
Flashbacks and
it's
stuff
just
like
the
that.
realization of knowing exactly what happened and why. I mean, how more damaged could Kate be?
No, that's my problem, is with the show, my only problem, well, 2 problems. That's my main one, is it kind of makes it look like, for the love of God, somebody's got to get over it. Everyone is so destroyed and I get it that, it's hard to lose somebody, but man, they are fucked psychologically. They're all damaged.
Well, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. And their mom, who really, they kind of make look like a bitch, she's kind of a G about
Yeah, they
it.
give it to her pretty bad. Well, they did for a while. I think that was on purpose, and then that's going to kind of, the tides are going to turn there.
I love Mandy Moore, though.
Back in her...
She's such a good actress.
In her favor. Yeah, but what... I still can't be okay with the whole Miguel, Jack's best friend, being with his wife after.
It was a long time after, though, but...
Still,
I mean,
I just can't...
It is a little jarring to see, when because they do shoot it all, out of order, obviously, and, it's weird to go from seeing her and Jack together in, a flashback kind of scene, and then, her and Miguel.
I'm sure they're going to get to that and how it all came
eventually,
about, but, that's just bro code. I'm fine with it if Miguel, and this may be the case, I doubt it, but it may be, if he has taken a completely celibate
my God, come
to
on,
this relationship with
they're
her, well, no sex. You can't do that to your friend. I don't care what no one says. I'll say it. If I die, you don't ever get to have sex again. And so I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not going to lie and be like, I hope you find someone and be happy. No.
Well, that's fucked up.
It's the truth, though. I don't want... because everyone likes to say, right, oh, they're looking down on us and they're so happy. I don't want to look down, and there's my buddy.
Well, no, not with your
With my lady.
No.
I know, but that's what Jack's doing right now.
Yeah.
Looking down, and there's old Miguel.
Yeah?
So...
She was still so young, though.
I think it's a bunch of...
Yeah, well...
I'm with Kevin on that. Kevin has a hard time with it.
I know.
And we're right there, but I did find something funny. This episode when we were watching it, and Randall is all losing his shit, OCD about the girl.
Foster girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, their foster daughter.
They tried to adopt. And how he's so obsessive about everything. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, God, he is annoying as shit with his obsessiveness. And then I was like, God, he reminds me of me. And that's how it gets when you're such an obsessive person. Now, he's to another level, but it's just funny that I realize that he annoys me like me.
He is definitely on another level of OCD, but
He's an awesome actor, though. Sterling
no, he's
Brown is the
fantastic.
shit.
He won an Emmy, I think, for
Yeah,
that.
oh,
Yeah, he's the jam. But yeah, that's a great show. If you don't watch it, you should. But get your tissues.
yeah. Yeah, I like it.
It's a tearjerker, and
They can go forever with it. How they've
Technically,
designed
yeah.
it.
for sure.
It's got legs for...
I mean, they
quite a
had
long
me
time.
from the first episode. I mean, the first episode you didn't know. I mean, that's if you
Oh, we were hooked
if you were
immediately.
going in to watch it now, you're kind of fucked because you probably already know like what the premise is. But like that first episode when we didn't know anything about it, didn't know, we just knew it was going to be about some family. But the way they had that twist in the pilot with like, you didn't know that it was all these different time periods that they were shooting. So
Yep.
it's a good one.
Highly
but
recommended. Another show that we're
well, now
watching now, or docuseries or miniseries, whatever it is Waco.
Well, yeah, it's done now.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's no spoiler alerts there. I think we all know how that one ends, but
But it's interesting. It's an interesting
it was so
twist.
good. It was so fucking good. I mean, the guy that plays David Koresh is so spot on. Because we actually just watched like what was it, Crimes of the Century documentary show about Waco, like right before we started watching that miniseries, and he's just like, he's spot on, like his mannerisms and everything. His hair's a little longer than the actual David Koresh's was at the time of all that, I think, but
His face is a little less punchable than the real David Koresh is.
true, yes, but like, I don't know.
But
it's
he's
so
spot
good.
on. He's
And,
right on there.
Yeah, that final episode had me a blood-brain mess too. I mean, it's the saddest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's parts of that so far. There's, 5-part series?
6.
6-part? Where you'll find yourself almost rooting for
Right.
them.
And not necessarily...
In a weird way.
Yeah, in a weird way. Like, and it's never really for him specifically, but like, all those people... And not even like... There's only even like minimal parts where I was like hating him. Like, really mad at him.
Oh, yeah, like when he was taking the 14-year-old girls.
Yes, that's
and
one.
Taking
That's
every
one.
guy's wife.
Yep.
And Macaulay Culkin's little brother
Ooh, Rory
is
Culkin.
in there from
yeah.
Father of the Bride, the little kid. God, he's ugly. They aged horribly, both of them. They are ugly
He's
grown-ups.
so good in this, though.
But he is. They
so
are
good.
ugly. The cutest kids end up being the ugliest grown-ups.
It's possible. I mean, but hello, I was a fucking adorable little kid.
You're not a celeb. Talking about these little celebrity kids. Macaulay Culkin.
Good save.
Have you seen him? Macaulay.
No, the McCulkins have giant foreheads. Their foreheads, because they have hair. It's not receding hairline, but their foreheads start here and like they're like 3 feet long.
I don't know, and it's probably also all the drugs from being so rich so young.
I don't
and
know,
all
but they're.
that.
I mean,
They are
Rory
fucked
Culkin did amazing.
He was very good.
He was
I
great.
mean, you definitely don't think of the Culkins when you see him. He did very well, and if you hadn't told me,
I had to look it
I
up.
wouldn't have even equated it. I just
Yeah.
thought it was some ugly dude. That's a good actor.
I said he looked like he was related to Emilio Estevez. Because he was reminding me of Emilio Estevez, and then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, fuck, it's Rory Culkin.
Yeah.
Whoops. But it's really, really, really good. If you haven't seen it, I would watch it. I kind of want to go watch the little, like, backstory, like, app show that they have, too, that Revelations, because
Yeah.
it's got the real footage. Like,
Had that shit went on now, though, with social media and
That's not, yeah.
drones and all the stuff and the access that the
wouldn't have.
public would have had, it should never would have happened.
Should have never happened in the first place. That is a fucking tragedy. Like,
Well, it's all shit, but I mean, nobody should be able to be taking 14-year-old girls
No.
anyway. And I know that part of that was on Texas law with the consent laws then.
the consent of her parents, because
Yeah,
her parents were there.
but fuck, man.
Everybody was wrong on both sides. The government was wrong for all that forceful action that they were taking with them running tanks into the fucking building with tear gas, and he was for sure wrong by not just telling everybody to leave at that point, rather than putting them all in the vault to die. I mean, it's
I never knew he had taken a bullet either. And I remember it when it went on and happened.
apparently there were like children with bullets in their heads too. Like that was part that documentary we watched. So
Yeah, I'm
there
talking
was-
about that he had been shot and survived it.
Oh, at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
No,
I didn't either.
Yeah, they killed each other probably when they knew they were super
When they
fucked
knew they were fucked and they weren't getting
in a
out.
fire and shit. I
Yeah.
would too. I mean, before
I'd
I
rather
burn
do
to
that
death
than-
if I've got somebody and put a
But like
bullet in my brain.
his woman that was down there, they were trying to get out.
Mm-hmm.
All those people that were actually trying to get out, and they were trapped, like because the damn building was collapsing because they were running fucking tanks into it. It was awful,
Yeah.
awful tragedy. So I'm bawling, crying yet again. I'm a big wuss.
Yeah, but it was very interesting. It's good to see the side story. I still don't, I mean, I don't know if that's forgetting the whole, if it's a slanted story as far
I'm
as,
sure it
because the
is.
FBI still, you know, to this day they claim that the kind of tear gas they used was not incendiary, so it couldn't have been flammable, that it was a suicide. They lit themselves on fire. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
But
see
there's
why they would do
there's
that. but-
survivors that got out that day. So I mean, you would think they would be pretty.
Oh, they've, I mean, they stuck to their side. That
And they're
David
saying it's
Thibodeau,
not, and
yeah.
then yeah. So, I mean,
I don't know. That shit would never fly now, though. God, people be protesting.
fuck
their
no.
protests
That's like,
and
I mean, yeah.
that's the difference of now and then. I remember it was on like CNN though back then.
Oh, I
They were
remember it being
televising
on. I
Pretty
mean,
crazy.
and I remember just like literally, and since then until I watched all these documentaries, I literally thought, because I'm naive and just I guess believed what they said on the news, I thought that the dude David Koresh lit the place on fire and killed all his people on purpose. I mean, and I don't know.
Yeah. God, what kind of crazy bastard do you have to be though to give up your wife to a
And his
fucking crazy?
I mean, Steve, his right hand man, was like a super smart, like theology major. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's crazy. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was all over the Seven Seals or whatever for in
Yeah.
Revelations, and I don't know. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, he was
I don't
definitely not a good person. I mean, for sure, but
No.
super interesting.
Well, since we're filling for Jimbo cutting out on us, I decided that today's little relationship tip, would be about breaking the fart barrier.
What?
Yes.
What?
Breaking the fart
We
barrier.
don't fart around each
I
other.
know. That's my whole point. Is
Oh,
you see, and we have friends.
I
and
don't ever
everything
fart. I
where
mean,
husbands
is what I meant to say.
fart all over their wives. I don't either. If it's either accidental or you assume it's me in a room full of possibly me or the boys. I don't put myself in a scenario ever where I'm like, hey, babe.
Or like Dutch oven me. 'cause,
No,
like,
I would never.
Because for one, guys, seriously, listen to what I'm saying. If you want to have sex on a regular basis, it's not a great idea to fart under the covers and then pull them over your wife or girlfriend's head, because that's not a turn on, contrary to popular belief
No.
of some men, I think.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I know that
It's not sexy.
if you want someone to be attracted to you physically and be nude with you, you would not
That's not the move.
be pushing Stinky out of your ass in front of them and laughing.
Intentionally.
No, and women should never go and break wind or drop deuces, in my opinion. And you don't, which is great. I've never seen it, nothing. And that's the way that it should be. And so my tip, and obviously what you heard from Brooke, is to just be smart about it. Don't be shitting on your wife and then being mad when she rolls over at bedtime.
And doesn't want to get naked because, oh,
Yeah, because you got stinky ass
maybe,
and you just shit on her face.
yeah,
But you can't understand why she isn't in the mood.
yeah. You
Have a
never
little
want
common
to.
sense. You got to.
Yeah. That is an excellent tip.
Yeah.
So did we have, I think we had quite, like several questions you said, I think?
No, we have 3.
That's crazy. That would,
Yeah, we have 3. I'll read you the first one. And this is from Elizabeth on Facebook. Excuse me. And she said, how do you guys compromise?
I mean, it's kind of a vague question, but I mean, I think we are really good at compromising. I mean, I don't like on specifically. I mean, what do you think, babe?
I think it's simple. Brooke goes along with everything that I want to do so much to the point that when she wants something different, I'll always say yes. Because why? She never would. I have no reason or leg to stand on if I say no. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of being cool.
It's a process too. I mean, just like everything, but I mean I feel like we've
that's
always
really
been pretty
how-
good at it.
That's
Like,
just how it works out for us. I can't expect with you always being on board with stuff for me to where when you want to do something different, I have
well, there you go. Yeah.
I have no leg to stand on to win if I don't just say, you know what, yeah, cool. Let's totally do it.
Right. No, that's
So,
perfect. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, and
So if you take anything away from that, if you both just are cool with each other's shit,
yeah, and
It's
it's
not
not,
that
it's, and it really, because, I mean, I guess it's just hard for me to answer because it's not really something that I have to consciously think about very much.
no, it doesn't.
Like, we've gotten pretty
really
good at
doesn't.
it.
It's not something that it's ever been, like, everybody's got their issues, right? That's never really been one for us, so
Yeah.
it does kind of come. And there's nothing against people that's their, I mean, everybody's got their shit. And if that's yours and you have to work on it, you know, you absolutely have to work on it because you got to be able to compromise to be in a successful relationship.
I mean, and to me, like, I just really think a big part of it is just, like, being nice to each other. Like, really, truly just being nice and thinking about what makes the other person happy, not just immediately.
Well, no, I think that's all of it right there.
Yeah.
If you're willing to just think what's going to make the other one happy instead of what's going to make me happy, you'll always compromise. Mm-hmm. And you're never going to lose by doing that. I mean, it's a huge example. It sounds cheesy and everything, but that's almost my mantra with you is to just, you know, always try to inundate you with what's going to make you happy, what's going to make you smile, what would you like, how can I surprise you, this, that, and the other. And then what I get in return from that is you do every stupid thing I ask. So, I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it's a win-win. I don't think you can lose. That's why they say if you have a lot of money, give it away and you'll get more money. Same type of deal, just...
Give away,
Yeah.
give happiness, and you get
and
more
you-
happy.
And you shall get it.
There you go.
Next question, good question, Elizabeth, is from Melanie. Went to high school with Melanie.
Okay.
Hers is a long one, but a good one. I'll start with this one since you started with the other one. To work as a couple, you have to share common interests and beliefs, but you also have to have opposite feelings on things.
Whoa.
What are some of your opposites, and how do you make them work? It's an excellent question. And our friends that know us, have known us since before we were together, would probably tell you that we couldn't be more different
Yeah.
at the basis of who we are.
Right.
We're totally different. Especially in our lives before we knew each other. They couldn't have been.
You would have never picked us out from a lineup, I guess, and been like, these two people are going to end up together.
No, Brooke is very artsy, artist, paints. I've been in like alternative music and
Alternative.
or whatever, hipster music. Whatever. What is it called? What's the brand of music? Coldplay.
I don't know, but it just sounded like the 90s when you said alternative.
Death Cab for Cutie. I remember those early concerts, stuff like that.
Indie.
Yeah, and I just like country music, and so it's funny though as you're together, how you just kind of meld those two lives kind of meld together in things that you would have never done. Like no one would have ever thought Brooke would like country music. She was adamant that she hated country music when we first met, I remember. Mm-hmm. And now she likes a lot of country music, listens to it.
Yep.
You know, I've tried.
Eric Church radio on Pandora is what I listen to when I'm cleaning a lot of times.
I've
depending on
tried
the
to
mood.
learn how to like paint and draw, and I've gotten a lot better just from knowing you. So taking on some of you know each other's interests and things like that, I think are important. But I do agree that you have to have some opposite things for anything to stay fresh.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know if we have like staunch like opposite like beliefs on anything. I mean, because
No.
I don't know if you can really make.
No, but we have we have total different like temperaments on polar ends of the world.
Which I think that's good.
Yeah, like
I really do.
you wouldn't know it from looking. You'd probably think it was the other way around. But Brooke is the short fused, like fast explosion, quicker to be upside your head type temper, and I'm the real slow burn. Mine's way more deadly because it's longer, it's uglier, it hangs around like a thunderstorm. Brooks is quick like a tornado and it's gone. And so we're completely opposite on that end, and we know it. So it's as we've grown and gotten to know each other more and more over the years, has become easier to deal with. But it's still that's never changed, and it never will.
No.
So that kind of we've run into that those type of issues, from time to time when we're making decisions and things like that, and with the kids and stuff, our tempers are just different. So, but it's never been big enough to mess with anything and give us any real problems, I don't think.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, it was more like our social
circles are totally
Yeah.
different. They were.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you would have never, ever put, I would have fallen into the jock category.
And I was a freak.
And you would have fallen into the, I wouldn't say.
I mean, in
I
high
would have
school.
said the artsy, but okay,
Well,
that's fine. Whatever. Everybody gets it, yeah.
Yeah.
But, and so I don't think we would have even, been in the same room. But now, and having met, it's crazy because I had the wrong mindset about that group of people just because I never hung out with them. But I mean, I've got so many friends that were her friends that now I think are awesome.
Well, and same.
That were,
I mean,
I had the wrong idea of them.
Well, and like you were in a fraternity in college, and I, my freshman year of college, went to LSU and specifically lived in an apartment complex where some Pikes were constantly harassing me like assholes.
Which was the fraternity I was in.
And it was the
University of
fraternity he
North
was in. So,
Alabama.
like, it was just so funny that, like, I find out he was a Pike, and I despised the Pikes because they were such fucking cocksuckers that...
But to answer you specifically, give you an example, Melanie, the best thing I can think of is with our opposites. I have a tendency to be compulsive in decisions. And not think as long term as Brooke will. So when it comes to like our everyday things, I have to divert the word or concede those to her because I know she's better at those kind of decisions, or at least run them by her first, so she can say, that's just a short term decision that you're making, and I think we should do this. And then, so that kind of rolls back to the compromise thing. But
Yeah.
I mean, she edits all of my documents for work. You know, before I send anything, I have her read them, and so yeah.
Mostly just for punctuation and formatting.
Yeah, but on regular decisions, you know, I divert to you on things with, you know, paying bills or something like that. She's better at that than me.
Yeah.
So, you know, you find what you're good at and what the other one may
Yeah.
not be as good at, and.
Well, that was a
assign
compromise,
those
I
things.
think, too, because you are very, I don't want to say control freak, because that's a negative connotation, but what's the nice word for that?
A control freak.
But it sounds ugly. But, like, so it was definitely an evolution of transitioning, like, the paying of bills and things to me, because you wanted to be in charge of it, but you weren't very good at it.
No, it wasn't. And it was
so,
a relief
Yeah.
once I let it go to you.
Right.
But I
It
know
was
exactly what you're saying, and you're absolutely right. It was kind of like a slow pull it.
Because
pull
you were
it.
like, yeah.
And I didn't want to you're spot on. But
Yeah.
the relief and the willingness once I let it go to you.
Once you let it
it's
go
so
and
good.
realize that, like,
So much better.
now I don't have to stress about it.
No, and
and
shit's getting paid on time.
Everything's getting paid because, yeah, you tended to be like, yeah, just wanting to pad the books.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
so that's a good question, Melanie. That's really good. The last one is from Wes Stubblefield, your buddy,
What up,
and
Wes?
my buddy now. Do you find you disagree about the normal things, money, lack of communication, or more specific issues? That's the first part of this question. We kind of already answered it on money. We don't disagree on money. The only issue we ever had with money was stopping me from being the one that paid bills.
Yeah.
And since she's handled it, we haven't had any problems with it. But we don't really argue about money.
No. I mean, there's never enough money, but I think
No.
everybody
It doesn't matter how
struggles
much
with
you
that. Yeah. I mean, there's always shit going on, but I mean, it's not. Yeah, we're pretty. We don't really argue about that. Lack of communication, that is not an option in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna communicate your face off.
Yeah, I mean, the only time I would say we have an issue with that, and it's not really an issue, but if there is a problem with that, it's going to be on me, and that's if when I get mad at something, or if something's bothering me, I tend to just kind of shut down, and I'll be quiet about it for a while. Like I said, I stew on it, and it just builds and builds and builds. And that's the good thing about her being the explosion type, is she'll be quick to be like, this is so damn ridiculous. What is wrong? What is wrong? And she'll just beat on me until I just come clean with it.
Yeah.
And then it's good to go. So
Yeah.
that'd be the only, and that's rare. So,
But, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what the last thing that we disagreed about, and, like, what was the last fight we had about something? It's always so stupid. It's, like, I can't even remember.
I don't even know.
But it's literally, like, so fucking dumb.
It's the least volatile relationship I've ever
It's
seen.
always, yeah, I mean, like, our quote-unquote fights are always going to be that, like, one of us is pouting about something stupid, and then the other one gets frustrated,
Yes.
and then
hugs the other one.
and then once we talk about it, it's fine.
There's
But,
no real, like, scandalous issues.
no, yeah,
Everything
I mean, and
cool,
I know that sounds
sadly.
super annoying, and
No, I wish it was some kind of cool story. I mean, there was nothing.
yeah, I mean,
Nah, I mean-
him pissing on the floor.
Probably.
Again, going back to that, I mean, that's
Probably.
really the one thing I've, like, gotten mad at you about, but, like, not, then I realized, like, it's not really something
Yeah, I
I'm
just
mad
don't.
about.
I don't get mad.
Yeah.
Rarely. If anything, I just get into my own head. I don't get mad.
Right.
But here's
And I do for 10 minutes.
Here's
and then
my
I'm like-
problem, Wes. And I don't know if there's many guys out there that can sympathize with me, but a lot of girls can. Is everyone in the world thinks I'm meaner than shit. They think I look mad.
It's your face.
They think I look mad. That my physical, I guess, my posture and my body size make me
It's-
look intimidating
and
or
it's your
something.
face.
And my face. But, I mean, we ran into last week. Everything happens all at once with me. I electrocute myself. I blow the house up this week. Last week, it was everyone telling Brooke that they were scared of me and that I look mean. And I'm like, and Brooke's even done this to me a bunch of times. And it's pretty funny. And this goes to your next part of the question, Wes, where you said, how often do you intentionally annoy each other? Zero. Neither one of us ever, like, intentionally fuck with each other, but you would think I do to Brooke because all the time we'll just be sitting there watching TV or something, and I'm having a great day, like on a Sunday, there's nothing to do, we're just relaxing, I'm loving it. And she'll look over to me with the shittiest sounding demeanor in her voice and say, what is wrong with you?
If you could see the face that he makes, though, sometimes it's literally like he's so angry, and it's like when you draw like the little emoticon with the super big frown, like the literal like upside down smile.
Yeah, but there is no real frown on the inside. Or,
No,
like
it's
I'm
just his
literally
face.
watching NFL Network,
Yeah.
happy that there's nothing to do. And then she's like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with
And
you?
then I am too. And then I look over at my dear husband who is making the catfish face.
And it's obviously, it's become an epidemic because other people have started chiming in to Brooke,
Yeah.
like,
Poor
I'm a little
Gunner's
scared.
teacher is scared of,
Yeah, one of his school teachers.
and she's so sweet, and
She's awesome.
she doesn't want to ever tell you that
Yeah.
Gunner's done anything wrong.
Yeah, I pick him up all the time, and it's always like, oh, he's been great, bye. Then the next day, Brooke goes in and she tells Brooke, I didn't want to tell his dad because he scares me, but Gunner's been acting up a little. I'm like, what the hell?
He always just looks like he's,
Yeah, I'm not mean at all.
yeah.
Probably one of the nicer guys around.
And who else said it? When I was telling you the story, Griffin was in the car, and Griffin said something. Oh God, it was so funny though. We like piled on.
No, yeah, I asked him, I said, Griffin, do I look mean? Ever? He's like, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
I said, no, you're not. He said, I've only, he's even said, he's only seen me mad like 2 times in his life.
Right.
Like, really mad. But I look, obviously, like I'm mad sometimes when I'm not.
Yeah.
So, the point is getting people to believe me when I'm like, I swear, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Sure you are.
I know. That's when
the annoying part where I'm like, I swear on everything holy. Today is a great day. Nothing's wrong.
happy, joy,
Sure, it's
joy.
not.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I buy that it's not intentional, but
No. And see, we're both on different ends of this. I'm talking about it's intentional of you messing with me.
asking you all the time,
Yeah.
what's wrong?
What's wrong? Why are you mad? And it happens all the time.
I stop myself a lot of times now because I know, like, if I ask you enough, then it can push you into being aggravated with me.
Yeah. But it's funny, though. It's almost the point now where it's laughable. But,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. There's nothing I can do to change my face.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
I don't
Awesome-
want you to change your
awesome
face,
question,
baby.
though.
You do have RBF for guys.
The last part of Wes's question was to me, and it said, explain your burnt hot dog fetish, Randall.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It makes it pointless, I think. Like, what?
They're only delicious when they're burned. But if I had to explain it, a lot of it go back, of course, to my mom. My mom eats everything burned. So growing up, you know, whether it was Spam, bologna, hot dogs.
Hamburgers.
Yeah, but more of the, like, the Spam, the
Oh, okay.
bologna, like fried bologna and hot dogs.
Spam, I feel
We're
like,
so
why
black.
not? Because it's fucking canned meat.
But I'm so weird about foods, and especially hot dogs, that's a whole nother story. But I
Yeah,
can
oh
only
my
eat a
gosh.
certain brand and a
I
certain
think we could do a whole
sub-
episode on your food idiosyncrasies. Like,
Oh, we could do a whole series
Yes.
on it. But I won't even eat them unless I know which ones they were. God, I sound like a psycho. But they have to be the ones I like. I'll cook them, burn them to shit, and they're delicious. And I can eat easily an entire pack that night. I mean,
Yeah.
no problem with an 8 or a 10
of the
pack.
crispy. Yeah.
Charred is how I like to
He thinks they're
describe them.
delicious, Wes, basically, is the answer. And I just don't see how it's possible.
No, and they are definitely burned. I've only burned them too bad that I couldn't eat them one time. You remember when I threw them away? They were so burned. Like, I'd left them on there. They were rocks.
There was not even any kind of
There's no moisture
resemblance of a hot dog peeking through. 'Cause you can at least usually see little tiny pieces of non-burned dog in there. But,
the
like,
middle.
yeah. No, those were
left. No, they were dust.
briquettes.
Yeah, I'd bite into it and it was like, sure, I'm
It was
not
like
just
a piece
eating
of
the
charcoal.
charcoal
Yeah.
that was under the hot dogs.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do it. But other than that, I mean, that's how I like them. You know, I'll eat my steaks. I'll cook them medium.
He has made a ton of progress in how he eats, like, hamburgers and
Well,
because
first of all, I have to
everything
trust
else.
who makes them.
Well, but
That's
I'm
a
like,
huge part.
even when you make them, I mean,
I
when we
know.
first, started dating, even when you cooked them, you would cook the shit out of them and, like, hamburgers and steaks and everything. But you've, like, over the years, transitioned to wanting to taste your food.
Yes, but I'm also willing to. I eat. You know, when you make burgers, I have no problem eating them. With other people, when meat is cooked, and we'll just make this into a therapy class for Randall. It's iffy to get me to eat meat cooked by other people.
I
have to
know it
really,
is. I know, baby.
Any kind of meat. I have to really. It's a trust thing. I'm damaged.
I
Obviously,
guess so.
there's something we need to dive into this for. Thanks, Wes. You,
Oh,
you've unlocked my childhood.
no. Well, no, I mean,
I'm kidding. But no, I don't know, man. That's as best I can explain it.
but that's the one thing that you still, I mean, you've opened up your palate to so much more flavor, but hot dogs are the one thing that you still,
That'll never happen.
I mean, it's not, I mean,
I
it's,
can't stand them if they're in the
nobody
other way.
really, like, I don't know. I don't know anybody that really, like, loves a hot dog. I mean, I don't
Marshall Parrish
Oh.
will take a hot dog. I've seen him and microwave it for like 10 seconds and eat it, and I'll vomit on everybody.
I mean, I don't even eat beef or pork or, like, horse buttholes or whatever hot dogs are made out of, but
Well, that's a big part of, I think, why I burn them too. Is I remember learning in health class, that class where you learn like how hot dogs are made, it's like 10th or 11th grade health. and
out
you-
of all the extra shit
Yeah,
that they
it's
don't
the
use.
first time you're traumatized about like your hot dogs and your bologna, and you see the bologna getting pressed out of that big sheet.
They
Of,
showed you that in high school?
yeah, we did a Butler. Remember, it
think
was
I
in
remember.
Coach Duke's class.
I don't know if I saw that in high school.
And,
I was an animal science major in college, though.
and
So.
it's horrifying, and so I don't know if part of it's that,
Yeah, I don't know, babe.
but yeah, I don't know, man. That's the story though with the burnt hot dogs.
There's plenty of people that love them that way too, because every time he posts a picture of them, there's like it's like half and half. There's a ton
it
of there's
is.
a ton of
There's
people
others.
that love that shit too. But
But I also chew on crunchy ice all day, so I've got lots of food issues.
oral
Yeah,
fixations.
we'll do a whole episode one day, like you said. Of let's talk about Randall's fucked up
break
palate,
this down. You're
and then we'll let everybody chime in on what does that mean.
well, good
cool.
questions,
Well,
guys.
Yep, we appreciate the questions and keep sending them or answering back to anything that you heard that you agree with on the podcast. We've had a couple already fire up. Jennifer, did you see her comment on our Instagram about if Daryl dies,
I riot.
it's on us?
Yeah.
And she's going to riot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's not alone there for sure. I don't want him to die. I just want him to snap the fuck out of it. He's just been a downer.
I just want him to take a bath.
And take a shower.
Hook it up. He's
love
a good-looking
of
guy.
God.
He's obviously a very good-looking guy. All the
And he
girls
cleans
love
up
him.
well when he goes on
Yeah.
Talking Dead.
But
Yeah.
I don't get the slicking the hair down with
I know.
full-blown bacon grease. It's a little much, but
Yeah.
there you go. Keep it coming, and we will be back probably maybe Sunday night for the next episode. We'll let everybody know when
Yeah.
we're going to do another one, and we'll circle back to Jimbo once he's recovered. So that's it for me. You good, bud?
Alrighty, I'm good. Let's go to bed.
All right. Well, we'll holler at y'all.
Bye.
See you.